Alright, can you see my screen? Okay. So, yes. Okay. Let's start by setting up the information about metals, no? So, we have two main groups, no, of metals. Number one is we have ferrous. Each of this kind will be discussed, no, one by one. And second is non-ferrous. So here is the very comprehensive diagram, no, of compositions of metals. Okay? We have two types, no, which already mentioned, the ferrous and non-ferrous. Sa ferrous, yung pinaka description nun is, or another type, no, of ferrous under its name is pure ferrous metal and ferrous alloys. Ang example ng mga pure ferrous metals are iron. At yung mga examples naman dun sa ferrous iron alloys is steel and high speed steel. So may mga discussion tayo dyan after on the succeeding slides, no, later on. So we go to non-ferrous. We have pure non-ferrous metal as another type of non-ferrous, and non-ferrous alloys, no? So under the pure non-ferrous alloy, we have copper and aluminum, zinc and tin, lead and silver, gold and mercury. So take note that mercury is the only non-ferrous metal that is liquid, no, at room temperature. Okay? Yan yung nakikita natin sa ating mga barometer, no? Yung mercury metal. Mercury is a kind of metal. Then under naman sa non-ferrous alloys, we have brass, bronze, and solder. When we talk about brass, it is consisting of copper plus zinc, no? Pag pinagsama natin sila, pinaghalo natin sila, tinunaw natin ang copper at zinc, yung kalalabasan niyan is brass. While copper and tin naman, pag pinaghalo natin, yung output niyan, no, or yung product will be bronze. As well as lead and tin, yung output niyan is solder. Alright? So, isa-isahin natin yan. So, firstly, we have to define ferrous metals. So, ferrous metals are mostly, no, consisting of iron and small amounts of other elements kasi it's a combination of different elements. Ferrous metal are prone to rusting, okay, exposed to moisture. So there's a reaction between the moisture and the metal. Ferrous metals can also be picked up by magnets. So it means ferrous metals are magnetic. And the rusting and magnetic properties, so tandaan natin, in ferrous metals are both down due to iron, no? So it's because mostly yung composition ni ferrous metal is iron. Okay? It includes mild steel, cast iron, and steel. So example natin is nandito, no? Mild steel, cast iron, high carbon steel, high speed steel, and stainless steel. So sa mga hindi pa nakakalam, or probably nadaanan niyo to sa high school, no? Rust, no, is the product of rusting, no, is the process of degrading a metal due to the reaction of moisture to steel, no? So ganyan yung itsura niya, yellowish, golden brown, no, something like that. So we have different types no of metals. Firstly, we have to discuss mild steel. So mild steel have several properties no like ductile and malleable no. So pag sinabi nating uh, malleable no, you can shape it into something no. Malleable siya no, medyo soft uh, property and can be molded into something. Pag especially pag meron kang molder. Mild steel will rust quickly if it is in frequent contact with water. Kaya yung ginagawa natin sa mga mild steel natin is tinitreat natin siya, nilalagyan natin siya ng mga coatings, no? Red oxide, mga uh, automatic paint, no? Yung mga ginagamit natin for anti-rust, no, ng mga chemicals. So the usage of mild steel have several things, no, like nuts, bolts, building girders, no, yung nakikita nating I-beam at I-column, H-column natin. Yan yung mga mild steel examples natin for building girders. Car bodies, gates, and other purposes. The melting point of mild steel is 1,600 degrees Celsius. No? So, may tolerance pa siya dun sa heat. No? If lumagpas dyan yung heat index no, ng room temperature or if you want to melt no, mild steel, you need that certain heat point no, for its melting point. Next on our list, we have cast iron. So, it is a very strong metal when it is in compression. But also very brittle. No? So, pag sa compression siya, if you compress it, di ba dalawa yung forces natin acting in a body? Meron tayong compression and tension. Di ba? Yung compression is pinipit-pit yun. Yung iniipit. Yung tension naman is yung hinihila, pahila no, na forces. So, cast iron is very strong in compression but also very brittle in some other forces. It consists of 93% iron and 4% carbon plus other elements. No, example natin dyan are car brakes, car brake disc, car cylinder, no, ito, metal works, vices, manhole covers, machinery bases like the pillar drill, and the melting point is 1,200 degrees Celsius. No? Medyo mababa lang siya dun sa ating mild iron. Tama? Mild steel pala. Next in our list is high carbon steel. High carbon steel are very strong, very hard also, that has a high resistance to abrasion, no, or yung paulit-ulit na hindi siya striking, kundi abrasion is pagkukuskus no sa kanya. So properties is up to 1.5% carbon and very tough. Kaya ginagamit siya sa mga tools, no, like for example chisels, no, screwdrivers, hammers, saw, springs and garden tools. And the melting point is 1,800 degrees no. So, medyo mataas na yan. High-speed steel, another type of ferrous metal. The high-speed steel, or commonly known as HSS, is a metal containing high content of tungsten, chromium, and vanadium. No, those are types of metal steels no, na pinagsama. So, yung kalalabasan niyan is high-speed steel. However, it is very brittle but also very resistant to wear. No? Very resistant sa pagka yung nade-demold siya or nayuyupi. No? So, very high resistant siya doon. So, example of that for the metal usage of high-speed steel are drill bits, Cutting tools, no? Okay, so those are some examples, no? Drill bits natin na makikita natin sa ating drill gun. Yung pangbutas natin dun sa butas ng mga wood, no? Pwede din sa steel. And it has a melting point of 1,400 degrees Celsius. For the stainless steel naman, these are metals that is very resistant to wear also, and water, corrosion, and rust. Okay? So we all know that stainless steel is one that the very common usage of that is for kitchen sinks, cutlery, no? Teapots, surgical instrument, and cookware. Kasi nga hindi siya malakas yung kanyang resistance sa rust, no? Kasi when human intake rust, it is a poisonous, no, foreign material in our body. So typical properties of an stainless steel is it has a 18% chromium, 8% nickel, and 8% magnesium content. And the melting point is 1,400. Alright. So kahit hindi na natin to sagutan, yung class homework, no? Kasi may papagawa tayong iba mamaya. Then we move on to non-ferrous metal. So non-ferrous metal are metals that do not have, i-highlight natin, do not have any iron in them at all. So kumbaga, kabaliktaran siya ng ferrous metal. Kung si ferrous metal ay magnetic, si non-ferrous metal naman ay hindi. Pag si ferrous metal naman ay prone to rust, si non-ferrous metal naman ay hindi nagra-rust. Pero yung downside nun is mahal nga lang si non-ferrous metal when we use it in construction. But still, they can be used, no? If you want to have a high-end or low maintenance, no, na klase na metal, you can use them. Depende pa rin yan sa paggagamitan mo, no? Kasi baka gumamit ka ng non-ferrous metal sa structural member, hindi rin siya economical at hindi rin siya maasahan. Okay? This means non-ferrous metals are not attracted to magnet, and they also do not rust. So typical non-ferrous metal includes copper, aluminum, like coke cans, tin, and zinc. So for complete example are here, no? Aluminum, copper, zinc, tin, lead, silver, gold, and magnesium. Okay, so yan, may example tayo dito what are the itsura, no, ng ating mga non-ferrous metals. First in our list, we have aluminum. Sa aluminum, yung pinaka-physical distinction nun is light in color, no? So nakikita natin yan sa mga cookware natin, sa mga cooking foils, window frames, ladders, and other expensive bikes, no? Kasi pag aluminum yung ginamit mo, usually magaan, no? Pag nilagay mo siya sa bicycles. It can be polished into a mirror-like appearance and very light in weight. Kaya ginagamit siya dun sa mga bicycles. Melting point is 660 degrees Celsius. Another example, we have copper, no? Copper is a ductile and malleable also metal. No, you can shape it into something you want. It's often red or brown in color. Very good conductor of heat and electricity. Kaya ginagamit siya usually sa mga electrical wires, di ba? For plumbings, ginagamit siya for heating purposes kasi madali siyang uminit pag in-expose natin siya sa heat. Electric components like electric wires, no, as I mentioned, cookware, and roof coverings. So melting point of that is 1084 degrees Celsius. That is copper. Next in our list is zinc. Very resistant also to corrosion from moisture. However, zinc is very weak metal and mainly used for coating steel, no? Yung mga plancha, no, ng ating mga tricycle uh, body of our tricycles, no? Kasi madali lang siya ma-shape into. So, usage of that is for screws, steel buckets, and galvanized steel. Melting point is 419 degrees Celsius. Another example is tin, very ductile also and malleable, resistant to corrosion from moisture, bright silver in appearance, and tin plate is steel with tin coating. Use of coating on food cans, beer cans, whistles, tin foils, and soldering. So those are its usage. And the melting point is 231 degrees Celsius. Another type of non-ferrous metal is lead. It is soft while malleable and counted as one of the heavy metals. It has a bluish white color after being freshly cut, but soon tarnishes to a dull grayish color when exposed to air. So yan yung mga laman ng ating battery, no? Roof flashing, okay? Ito yung roof flashing, yung grayish na part. Yan yung nagproprotekta sa moisture, no? Na connection between the roof and your wall. For batteries and X-ray protection, lead is also used for weight in many ways. Like for example, this one in your car tire. No? And the melting point of lead is 327 degrees Celsius. Another example of non-ferrous metal is silver. So a silver is a soft, white, lustrous transition metal. No? It has the highest electrical conductivity, no, of any element and the highest thermal conductivity of any metal. So the metal occurs naturally in pure free form. No? So bakit hindi ginagamit si silver pag gumagawa ng electrical wires? One of the disadvantage nun is it's very costly, no? And mahirap i-harvest si silver. So isa yan sa mga dahilan kung bakit hindi natin ginagamit siya for conventional use. Usage is for jewelry also, high quality cutlery, no, yung mga silver spoon, silver fork, yung silver knife, currency coins, no? So yun yung mga usage niya. Sports trophies, used in mirrors as a reflective metal. Coins, no? So isa din yan sa kanyang mga usage. And the melting point for non-ferrous metal is 961 degrees Celsius. For the gold naman, gold is a dense, soft, shiny, malleable, ductile metal. Pure gold has a bright yellow color and luster traditionally considered attractive, which maintains without oxidizing in air or water. No? So it stays the same even in oxidation. So gold resists attacks by individual acids but it won't tarnish, no? Kaya pag nag-tarnish yung gold mo, it probably a fake or it has a other elements, no, mixed with it. It does not discolor, it does not crumble or affected by most solvent, no? So used mainly for jewelry, also for computer as conductors, used for reflective powers to protect satellites. So yan yung ginagamit ng mga satellites, no? Outer space satellites. And the melting point is 1337 degrees Celsius. For the magnesium, magnesium is a fairly strong, silvery white, lightweight metal. Okay? 1/3 lighter than aluminum and slightly tarnishes, no, when exposed to air. In a powder, this metal hits and ignites when explode, so moisture and burns with white flames. Kaya ginagamit siya mostly sa mga fireworks display and also for uh, welding rods, no? So yun yung kanyang usage. Melting point is 648 degrees Celsius. Alright, for another portion of non-ferrous metals, we have non-ferrous metals that are mixed, no, or mixture of two or more metals. These are brass, bronze, and solder. Ganito siya minimix, no? Hinihit by a furnace to form an alloy. So, meron siyang furnace, no, or pugon, and then hinihit up siya in order for you to mix those other elements, no, to form bronze, brass, and solder. Ito yung brass, no. It's a mixture of copper and zinc, no. Copper is the main component, and brass is usually classified as a copper alloy. So the color of brass varies from dark reddish brown to light silvery yellow, and brass is stronger and harder than copper, no. Stronger than and harder than copper, but not as strong or hard as steel. Nasa gitna lang siya. And easy to form into various shapes, good conductor of heat, and generally resistant corrosion from salt water. Example niyan are water fittings, no? Ito, brass fittings. Then, we also have a screw, right? Musical instruments, and cartridge for casing of firearms. Melting point is 940 degrees Celsius. For the bronze naman, bronze is also a non-ferrous metal alloy consisting of primarily of copper, no? Usually with tin as the main additive. Okay? Copper plus tin, no? Yung bronze natin. It's a very high resistance to corrosion. Kaya siya ginagamit dun sa mga propellers, no, ng ating mga water transportations. It's also used for statues and medals. Okay, 950 degrees Celsius. Kaya lang si bronze, nagre-react siya dun sa acids, no? Kaya siya nagkakaroon ng parang blue-green, no, na color discoloration. So, sa acid siya weak. Next, we have solder. Yung solder natin yung ginagamit sa mga electrical works, no? So, solder is fusible metal alloy used to join together metal work pieces and having melting point below of that workpiece, no? Solder naman is a combination of lead and tin. Okay? Usage for electronics, plumbing, jewelry making, and repair process where metal cannot be effectively or safely welded. So, melting point of that is 200 degrees Celsius. Alright. So, these are the metal pieces that the mining corporation are mining. Ito yung mga itsura nun, no? Note, we have carbon and phosphorus that are non-metal, while silicon is a semi-metal, no? So, ito yung mga itsura na niyan, no? For in closer look, no? Ganyan yung kanyang physical features. For the phosphorus, molybdenum, silicon, carbon, chromium, manganese, nickel, and copper. Shapes of metals. Ito, ini-extrude na natin to. Kumbaga, pinipress natin into shapes. It can be provided in various shape and size. Example of these are solid, round solid. Kumbaga, solid siya from inside out. Square solid, hexagonal solid, no hollow, angle iron solid, round hollow, ito naman yung wala siyang inner portion, kumbaga tube. Square hollow or the box iron, yung sa mga railings natin para mas magaan siya magaan siya i-handle. Hexagonal hollow, and angle iron hollow. Okay? So those are the typical shapes of metals. Everyday use, we can see it in a typical bicycle, no? So mostly consist of metal and ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Alright, so another diagram, no, which you can see how to manipulate and produce metals. Okay? So, you can see here the different processes, no, and output of metals. For the non-ferrous, yung ore separation niya is pyrometallurgy. Kumbaga, pinapadaan siya sa apoy. Kaya siya nagkakaroon ng separation from the ore, no? Kasi pag binimina natin yan, may kasama yung mga lupa or rocks, no? Nakadikit pa siya doon, no? So yung extraction niyan or extraction is open cast mining. Okay? Yung nakikita nating open grounds, no, na mining. So yan yung paano hina-harvest si non-ferrous metals. Okay? And the ore separation is pyrometallurgy, pinapadaan sa apoy. And these are the examples nun, no? And the ferrous metals naman, yung pagmiminan sa kanila is underground mining, yung naka dungeon type, no, na mining through a rail and bucket. Yung ore separation naman nun is hydrometallurgy, ginagamitan siya ng high water pressure. Alright? And ito yung mga products nun na makukuha natin. Mild steel, cast iron, steel iron, etc. Okay? Alright, so that's the end, no, of this presentation for the metal, ferrous and non-ferrous metal. So kindly stand by in the Google Meet for more instructions. Thank you very much, everyone.